If the act of delegation could be compared to playing toss with a ball, would your team members say you typically throw the ball to them, or do you throw the ball at them? This distinction between throwing at and throwing to often holds valuable insights for people who manage other people. And honestly, when it comes to delegating, throwing at is what most of us have been guilty of at some point in our lives, and I'm including myself in that statement because most of us early on experienced being delegated to at the hands of what I might call the dump and run method. So don't feel too bad if you could truly improve as a delegator, because most of us could. And here are 3 ways to improve. First, make sure the person you are delegating to fully comprehends what the expectations are regarding the work or the task at hand. And do this before you set them free to go out and execute on the handoff. Now, how do you do this? Well, there are 3 things you can do to make sure that they understand expectations. And the first one is to clarify the expectations in your own mind prior to the handoff meeting. Sit down, chart out the expectations, make sure you have a bullet list, make sure you are clear. Then when you sit down with the individual and hand them off, make sure that you and the other person have an understanding if time, money, or quality will rule the day, meaning these are the triple constraints which influence all projects. So find out if you have to do things on a budget, if you have to do things very quickly, or if quality should take the precedence. And finally, let the other person, not yourself, be the authority in determining if they fully comprehend what has been given to them. Stay with it until you know that the pictures in your mind are completely the same as the pictures in the mind of the other person, meaning are you seeing the same outcomes and the same intended goals? Step number 2. Ensure that the individual has everything they need in order to meet the expectations. In other words, when you toss the information to them, do they have the knowledge, the skill, the tools, and a realistic timeline from whence to perform? Do they also have the support and empowerment they need? And are they the best person to be delegated to at this time? And finally, be impeccable with your support of the project. Manage it well. Set up checkpoints, review with the delegated individuals, and find out what's working and what's not as they execute on the project. Use these checkpoints as moments of celebration for the success that they've already accomplished as they go along. And don't forget, since you're managing the success of these accomplished tasks through the other person's efforts, you are accountable as well. So hold yourself to do your part and get out of the way while the other person does their part. Also, be sure to give credit where credit is due. Good luck, and here's to a more satisfied game of tossing to versus tossing.